How's everybody doing? So I'm having a chat issue where I can't see it. I'm trying to open it up on a different computer. All right, so you guys can have the chat. On my actual side, I can't see the chat, but as long as you guys can chat, it's fine. I have a second computer here, so I'll look at the chat on this side. I got my second computer plus ESPN up. Folks, we got a half hour left on the trade deadline, actually 35 minutes. We'll break down all the trades, what it means for teams. Obviously, here, Warriors Digest will have a Warriors slant. We know a little bit more about the Jimmy trade. We haven't seen anything else come out yet. So there's a lot that needs to happen from the Warriors team. Let's go over quickly again. If you've watched some of these videos already, this may be new information. But let's talk about what the Warriors done and what they need to do moving forward. Let me share my screen. Give me a second, folks. If there's a quality issue, let me know. Warriors photos. One. We have that up. I need to show this 1 second. 1 and 2. Okay. Okay, just breaking now. Clippers are sending Terrence Mann, Bones Highland, Atlanta for Bogdanovich and 3 second-round picks. That's a good trade for both teams. Let me share my screen. All right. So Warriors right now have 11 players under contract at $175 million. We're going to talk about what this means for Jonathan Kuminga as well, because Jonathan Kuminga probably not going to be here moving forward. I don't know how you trade him, how you have the money to get him. Oh my God. Sorry, y'all. My mic was way below. That's my fault. I apologize about that. All right. So updated Warriors cap sheet, 11 players under contract, $175 million. 4 open roster spots. We have to have someone signed by today to get to 12. Right now, if you look, this is the Warriors roster right now. Oops. All right. So again, you lost Waters, you lost Wiggins, you lost Dennis, and you lost Kyle Anderson. Thank you for your service. Waters, half season. Anderson, half season. Dennis, a month and a half. Wiggins, multiple years, got us a ring. Steve Kerr said last night that Wiggins just had a child, a new baby boy last week. Congratulations to the Wiggins family. Dennis just moved into a house with his family. Brutal, folks. Imagine whatever job you have. What if you got traded on the spot and you had to move across the country? Yes, these people are getting paid millions upon millions of dollars, but to uproot your family, relationships, kids' school life, everything in between, it's rough. It definitely takes a toll. So it's not for the faint of heart. This is what we have. We need to get a 12th player. So we're going to fill out the roster with either two-way players and veteran minimums. We must get back up to 14 by February 20th, which is what? Today is 6, so 14 days. 1.4 below the hard cap if Butler doesn't waive his $407,000 trade bonus. I'm not sure if that's happened yet. It's a good question. So what we're waiting for, folks, is Vooch from the Bulls going to be on the Warriors? He's owed $20 million. So to make that happen, $20 million, Bulls probably want expiring contracts. Gary Payton II, Looney, and maybe Santos. That gets you the $20 million. Maybe, and then you also have the draft picks. But this is what we have to talk about, folks. This is what we have to talk about. So make sure you're listening, paying attention to. Kuminga is a restricted free agent. I know it's a bit blurry. I apologize. Kuminga is a restricted free agent, supposedly getting $30 million. Right now, for next year, because Jimmy's cap hit is $54 million, $59 million, $25 million, $168 million. We don't have cap space. We're $18 million into the luxury tax. Or we're about to be. And that's not giving Kuminga a contract. So if you give Kuminga a $30 million contract, you don't have enough money. You're going to be paying a lot of money in luxury tax. And that is what Joe Lacob and Mike Dunleavy Jr. have tried not to do when you're not winning championships. That's what we were doing when we had KD, Steph paying a massive tax bill. We're talking hundreds of $millions. So if the Warriors sign Kuminga at that $30 million mark off of restricted free agency, you're over the luxury tax. This also means we're going to have a lot of penalties in being over the first apron and second apron, which is going to be tough. That means you lose draft picks, you lose ability to move players. It's going to be brutal. So look, if Kuminga, and again, this is not even filling out your roster. Filling out your roster is different. That's even worse. If Kuminga gets $30 million, basic number, you're over the luxury tax base, you're over the first apron, and you have $8 million to fill out your team for the second apron. This team's going to have no depth. I understand we needed to make a trade. This team was in mediocre status. You are what your record says you are. But did we mortgage the future? Did we mortgage the now? Because how are you going to fill out this team when you're in purgatory? Think about it. It's food for thought. That's a future problem. The problem right now is you have 4 open spots. What are the Warriors going to do? So that takes you to right here. Probably convert Quinten Post to a full-time player. He's been starting. Again, shout out to Golden State Warriors CBA on Twitter. Give him a look, good analytical analysis. So probably going to put Quinten Post on a full-time. He's been starting, deserves it. You sign 2 players to a 10-day contract on 2020. And that takes you from 11 to 14. You're back where you need to be. We haven't had the 15th all season. And then we'll see about what happens with signing 2 ROS deals. Now with Jimmy Butler, again, we needed to make a trade. What did we get? We got a 6-time NBA All-Star. Last in 2022 when we won the championship. All NBA second team 1 year in 2023. Took his team to the NBA Finals twice. 4-time All NBA third team. A cancer in the locker room. Someone out of his prime in that mid-30s range. Is this worth it? I wish I could make a poll right now because I can't. My internal chat's not working. But is this worth it? Is this worth being in the purgatory we're about to be in? Is this worth not having Jonathan Kuminga? Comment your thoughts. Let me know. We've also had a bunch of video breakdowns on the channel, so go ahead and subscribe. Now, the good thing is, folks, if I go to draft picks. So, yes, we gave up a draft pick in this trade. It's 1 through 10 protected for the next 2 years. Not bad. Probably not going to be in the top 10, meaning we keep it. And then, boom, it will go to Miami if not conveyed. Probably going to be in this range next year. Probably going to be, a play-in type of team, maybe a bit higher. And then we own all these. Size 2030. Wizards have a lot of draft picks coming to them. Becomes a top 26, top 10 protected first-round pick if not conveyed. You want to look at the luxury tax calculator, just showing you the stuff that we had. So let's break down some of these trades really quick. So what has happened today? Dalton Connect, Cam Reddish, a 2031 unprotected for Mark Williams. They get their big man. We'll see if it works. Windhorse, I put this video online, says Warriors may not be done dealing. Can we get Nikola Vucevic? We need more shooting. 76ers trading Reggie Jackson in the future first round of the Wizards. Raptors, Davion Mitchell to the Miami Heat for PJ Tucker. Raptors making some moves. They got Brandon Ingram as well. Bucks made a trade. Durant has not requested a trade, but Phoenix is still trying to source. Suns did make a trade, though. This was the least surprising trade of them all. Yusuf Nurkic and a 2026 first-round pick to the Charlotte Hornets for Cody Martin. I may say this wrong. Vasilij Midic, excuse me if I said that wrong, and a 2026 second-round pick. The Hawks are trading DeAndre Hunter to Cleveland Cavaliers for Karis LeVert, which is interesting. Someone I said maybe we go get. George Niang. 3 second-round picks. Guns are going. New report. Suns are done making moves. So it looks like KD is staying put. Suns locker room is toxic. You got to rebuild that chemistry. Zion Williams, CJ McCollum staying with the Pelicans. They got rid of Brandon Ingram. Unfortunately, DeJounte Murray got hurt. Wish him all the best. Clippers are trading Terrence Mann and Bones Highland to the Hawks for Bogdan Bogdanovic and 3 second-round picks. So who's still out there for the Warriors? It's Vooch. Maybe a lower name player. But other than that, don't know anything really going on. So this is going to be your team, really. Oops, where is it? I can get rid of this now. 1 second. Where did it go? This is your team moving forward, folks. And this could be veteran minimums and second-round picks and two-way players. My internal chat's not working, so let me look at my other screen. Let me see what you all are saying in there while we look at this. I think a 3-way trade with the Mavs, Warriors, and Suns coming from David Kim. I don't think so. Let's hope we can get Vooch. Dre and Jimmy drama incoming. I think they're going to coexist. They know that they need to work together. And they're both competitors. And yeah, maybe they'll like fight. But at the end of the day, it's about winning. And they respect that. Nick Claxton. I don't think they're going to give him up. Y'all underestimating and motivate Jimmy and no JK for a month. We'll have Claxton, not a salaries match. Time to trade Draymond. He ain't going anywhere. Buddy need to go. You know, I did mention Miles Turner. Miles Turner's at the end of his contract. So if you can get him for free next year, then you probably don't make that trade. If we look at Warriors, give me a second. Thank you, Wiggins. You know, all the respect. We don't win the championship without him. The iconic. You're getting paid. No, you're getting paid. We're getting paid. Big time. This picture is wild. If you would have gone in the time machine a week ago and had all this happen, taste the rainbow, folks. Taste the rainbow. This is wild. So out of all this, comment your thoughts in the chat. Who won? Spurs with Wemby and Fox now? Lakers with AD and Luka and their cornerstone? Mavs with Kyrie and AD the next half decade? Sacramento, Levine, DeRozan, Sabonis. Bucks have Kyle to pair with Giannis and Dame. Warriors have Jimmy to pair with Steph. And Dre? Who won? Wild. Personally, what I would say, I would have to say Lakers and Spurs getting a 25-year-old MVP perennial candidate and only giving up one first-round pick in the future. Amazing. Spurs, you put Fox and Wemby together for the next half a decade to a decade, they're going to be top 5 in the West. Hopefully, Pop can come back and coach. Not many people are left from this team. You got Steph, you got GP2, you got Dre, Moody, Kuminga. Kuminga may be on his way out. Also, let me do this really quick. Yes, sir. We're going to represent by wearing this hat. Jimmy Butler taking us to the championships, folks. Jimmy Butler taking us to the championship, folks. Represent this hat. Here we go. I had a great night this night. I remember it completely. I was in a bar in San Diego. I was sitting next to a Celtics fan, and we agreed that whoever was up at the end of the quarter would buy the person a shot. He bought me a lot of shots, especially when we won the championship. Woo! Let's go. I don't drink anymore, but that was worth it. Let's go, Warriors. Can Jimmy Butler bring us back there? That's the question. So we got 15 minutes left on the trade deadline. Again, this is what really matters today, folks. Who are we going to get? Are we going to get a Vooch? Are we going to get somebody else like that? We really don't know. I really wish my internal chat was working. Pretty annoying. We got 250 people on the stream too. Welcome. If you're not aware of Warriors Digest, please subscribe. We have videos coming out. I've had 3 videos today breaking down everything for you. I got ESPN on my ear. If anything breaks, we got it. We'll let you know. We already went over ESPN, what they got going on. Let me go to Shams. Anything else new? Nope. Oh, here we go. The Atlanta Hawks are trading Cody Zeller and Houston's 2020 second-round pick to the Rockets. Okay. Rockets getting some depth. Let me go to the chat. Again, my chat's not working. Let me stop this sharing my screen for a second. Let's look at the chat. So the question is, who won the trade? Who won the trade? We got, I'm scared to go against Mavs, OKC, Spurs, Kings, Lakers, Suns, and that's just the West. This could be tough round. Zeb Bates, I agree. If we can't handle Jazz, we're cooked. But again, folks, we had 8 people suited up basically because Santos got hurt. And the emotional toll of getting told your friends, your teammates are gone. Like, we were up 11. Yes, we needed that win, but we were up 11. Sign and trade with JK for Miles Turner. I'm not opposed to that at all. Lakers, not even close. I agree. Lakers and Spurs. Spurs won. Will Jimmy play tomorrow? I don't think so. But also, by the way, we play the Lakers tonight, folks, in LA on TNT on a back-to-back. Going to be a crazy game. Hopefully, we don't go 0-3 against the Lakers. Luka doesn't play defense neither, nor does LeBron, so they're lost. Jimmy not cleared until Saturday, and he also needs to get his conditioning back. He hasn't played in 3 weeks. Chet is back. OKC is going to be wild. Mavs won. Kings won next. Mavs won this year. Kings next year. Lakers on the road. Lakers have a direction next 10 years. We don't have a direction this season. Yeah, we made a swing and a hit. A swing and a hit. We need a big floor spacer. That's hopefully where Vooch comes through. Let me just put this behind my ear. This has to go my right ear. Don't get your hopes up. Mike D is not Bob Myers. Don't expect a successful trade. Mavs team is scarce in my opinion. Miles Turner for Looney, JKGP2. When is Jimmy's debut? Jimmy's debut is probably this weekend. Okay. We're at 15 minutes left, so let's do a reset. Let me pull up the right thing. That's already there. 1 second, folks. I'm just trying to get something set up for y'all. All right, let me share my screen. This is where it looks like we're going to be for this year. Again, we got to sign somebody today. Unless we make a trade for Vooch, I think the Warriors may be done. They're trying it. Vooch's contract is $20 million. To do that, probably going to be Looney, GP2, and then maybe somebody else. Bulls potentially want a first-round draft pick. Warriors not looking to give up a first-round draft pick to make that happen. So are we going to get anything the last 15 minutes? Who knows? Comment your thoughts in the chat. Chat here at work, Randy. Radical, thank you for joining from work. There's no momentum between the Warriors and Bulls on a Vooch trade before the deadline. League sources told Clutch Points. Mr. Level, thank you. Excuse me. Let me have some tea. Got to keep the throat good. So, it looks like this is going to be the team. If we break down the actual trade that we have, let me pull it back up for you. Give me 1 second. What was the actual trade the Warriors did? Where is it? 1 second. Here we go. All right, let me pull this up for you. I mean, you all know this. The only difference to this trade is Kyle Anderson is on Miami. Golden State gets Jimmy Butler. We signed him to a 2-year, $110 million deal. Miami retools. Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo. They get Bam and Tyler some help. Wiggins on the perimeter playing defense. PJ Tucker is now going to Toronto. Protect the first-round pick from the Warriors. Lindy Waters, Detroit. Hopefully he'll get some playing time there. Josh Richardson, Detroit. Dennis, Utah. Dennis, Steve Kerr said, just moved into a house. Wiggins just had a son last week, both of them. Brutal. Whatever job you have, would you be okay getting traded in the middle of your workday and having to uproot your life and move for millions of dollars? It's a fair question. Mr. Level, Dennis is going to Detroit. Needs to be edited. Oh, is he really? Dennis is going to Detroit. Let's look this up really quickly, folks. Dennis Schroder. Yeah, this is also crazy, folks. Dennis turned down $84 million from the Lakers in 2021, and now he's on the 7th team in 4 years. Brutal. Brutal. So here we go. From Chris Haynes. Is being rerouted to Detroit Pistons as part of the Jimmy Butler deal. Interesting. Dude, he must be hating his life right now. Where am I supposed to be? But Detroit's in a good spot. Let's see what they're saying about Vooch. The Golden State Warriors are the only realistic landing spot for Nikola. We got We got 10 minutes to make it happen, if it happens. Let's look at this, folks, as well. So how did we do compare to other people? What has the teams around us done? New Orleans, Brandon Ingram, goodbye Toronto. They're tanking for Cooper Flag. If they can put Zion and Cooper together, I mean, when they got Zion, it was supposed to change the franchise. That hasn't worked. Utah's trying to tank for Cooper, but yet they beat the Warriors. Portland, mediocre. 22 and 29. Better than you would expected. San Antonio got better with De'Aaron Fox giving up a couple of draft picks and keeping their rookie. Golden State Warriors, Jimmy Butler. Does that make us better? You have to comment. You have to comment that. Are we better? Phoenix Suns, have they got better? They got rid of Nurkic, who's been probably not making anything happen, but they haven't got rid of Beal or KD or Booker. So they're pretty much the same. Kings got rid of Fox, got Zach LaVine, and they got Valanciunas from the Wizards. Helps out with the depth at the center position for them. Dallas, of course, AD for Luka. Move up to number 5, Lakers, Luka and AD. Minnesota stayed put. Randall's coming back from injuries. Clippers made a couple of trades trying to retool. And then the top 4 have been very quiet. OKC did one thing. Other than that, relatively quiet. All you got to do is go 7-3, and you move from being the 11th seed up to the 6th, folks. So the Warriors have the chance to continue to move up. Is Jimmy Butler going to move the needle from being a not in the play-in to a play-in to a playoff team? How long is it going to take this team to gel? Does Jimmy fit the Warriors offense? Does the Warriors offense fit Jimmy? Do you bring in stuff from Miami? Jimmy loves to, do some pick and rolls, get in the post, back up, kind of that DeMar DeRozan, D Wade, Kobe Bryant-esque type of player. But everybody basically between 5 through 12 beyond the Timberwolves have made moves. What does that mean? And again, comment your thoughts. I just say this. I don't think teams are scared of the Thunder, the Grizzly, the Rockets, maybe the Nuggets because they got that championship pedigree. But OKC, prove it. Memphis, prove it. Houston, prove it. So these teams, Lakers, Clippers, Dallas, Kings, Suns, Warriors, maybe we're 1 move away, 2 moves away from being able to take a playoff series, make some noise. It's interesting how this West is top heavy in young teams, and then all the perennial teams with the stars are playing or out of it. Very interesting. Obviously, Denver's kind of your benchmark right there with the championship pedigree. If you look at the East, I know we're a West Coast team over here. 22 and 30 is 10. 22 so Warriors would be 25 right there. They would be around right here. They'd be much better on the East right now. Cleveland, they're a top team, and they're making some trades to try to get better. They see what they're doing. Boston's been quiet. New York's been relatively quiet. Pacers been quiet. Miles Turner, they're going to let walk free, or maybe they're working on something in the background. Bucks made the big trade for Kuzma. Thank you for your service, Chris Middleton. He, of course, Jimmy Butler coming over. They get Wiggins, Anderson. Detroit's made some trades. They're firmly in the playoff position after being one of the worst teams in the league for half a decade, if not more. Magic have had injuries. They're better than their record once everyone's back. Hawks, average. Bulls, obviously they gave away players. Wizards going for Cooper Flag. So are the Hornets. Toronto, they're like, you know what? Let's go do stuff. Not going to be in this little purgatory. Ben Rogers, shout out, helping out with this channel. So it's going to be interesting. We got basically 30 games to go in the regular season. What team will be able to judge to gel very quickly? Achira, I'm sorry I just got in. Can someone say how likely we're getting Vooch? Not that likely, unfortunately. We have, what's the time right now? It's 2:55. We got 5 minutes to make a trade happen. You're welcome. So this is the trade. This is the team we have right now. So here's a trade for Dennis. Dennis Schroder trades Pistons sending KJ Martin, Josh Richardson, and a 2020 second round pick to Jazz for Dennis Schroder. So he's going to a playoff bound team right now. The question is, what are the Warriors going to do? If we don't get Vooch, we have to sign somebody. Big Dog, finalizing a deal for Vooch. Is that actually true? Are we breaking news on the channel, Big Dog? Don't play with me. You're going to become a small dog, Big. You're about to become a small dog. I got ESPN on right there. Let's see. Let's see. Here we go, Shams. Oh! Wizards are getting Marcus Smart, too. All right, Warriors fans, let's talk about this. The Bulls are finalizing a trade for Golden State Warriors to acquire Looney, Moody, and a 26th first-round pick for Nikola Vucevic, and a 22nd second-round pick. Wow. Wow, folks. We did it. We told the team Moody got his 3 years, $39 million. He's going. Wow, we got him. And the Grizzlies are trading Marcus Smart to Washington. Wild, folks. All right. I mean, what are your thoughts, folks? Looney, thank you so much for your service, man. We don't win our titles without you, but it had to be. Again, how's the money work? I told you the money had to work. The money had to work this way, folks. Moody was basically costing $11 million because of his contract extension. Let me pull up the right thing for you so we have it. 1 second. Let me pull up the right thing. I want to make sure we have this correct for you guys. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? All right. So, folks, for the trade to work, we had to match $20 million. You got Looney's expiring contract at $9 million, and Moody was basically worth $12 million because of his new contract extension. I think it's actually 11. Plus, you throw in a first-round pick, you get a second round back. So now, tonight, folks, with no Looney or Moody, you have Santos. You're going to have a 9-man roster. I don't even know if Santos can play because he's hurt. He got hurt yesterday. You have one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players potentially he can suit up tonight. What are the Warriors going to do? We're going to get killed by the Warriors. Are we saying it's fake in the chat? I got bamboozled, folks. Good. I mean, the trade made sense. It did make sense. I hope y'all got a good laugh. Hey, but honestly, this trade deadline's been wild. No one thought Luka get traded. It is what it is. Is this the real one? Yeah, this is the real one. All right, the Clippers are trading Kevin Porter Jr. to Milwaukee for Marjan Beauchamp. So we didn't get Vooch. If you're watching this as a replay, hopefully you get a good laugh. But this trade is real. This trade is real. Marcus Smart and a 2025 first-round pick to the Wizards in a multi-team trade that sends 2 second-round picks to Memphis. Interesting. Especially with, we just talked about Memphis' top 4 in the West. Yeah, we talked about that. So we're now at 3 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Pacific. Trade deadline is over. This is our trade. This is our roster moving forward. Now you're going to have to fill it out. I got trolled really hard. I should have double checked. You got to check your sources. So now comment your thoughts, folks. Trade deadline is over. Who do you think is going to win the NBA Finals? What team's winning NBA Finals? Comment your thoughts. Hey, big dog, I don't blame you. You got me hyped, man. You got me hyped. I would hate to be in the Suns locker room right now. Brutal. The trade made sense. Whoever said you have to ski, I'm completely sober. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do any foreign substances, you can say. I just get high on life, talking ball, living my dream as a sports reporter. KD stayed with the Suns. He did. So, folks, this is our team. This is our team right here. What have we done in the trade deadline? We got Dennis for DeAnthony Melton. And that happened, obviously, December. DeAnthony Melton, wish him all the best in his recovery from his ACL surgery. Then we traded Jimmy Butler and got rid of Wiggins, Dennis, Lindy Waters, Kyle Anderson. We haven't done anything else. And again, folks, if you're just tuning in, we have 11 players under contract, $175 million. We have 4 open roster spots. 1 has to be filled today. So how is that going to be done? I'm going to tell you in a second. We must get back to 14 by February 20th. So most likely what happens is Quinten Post, and again, good job by Golden State Warriors CBA, Quinten Post moves up. He's been playing at center as a starter. He went from being just G League to moving up. Cool. Now we signed 2 10-day players, veteran minimum type of contracts. Maybe they move Kevin Knox up from the G League team, and then 2 ROS deals. So this is now your team. Is this team taking you to the promised land? We're going to need to sign some people. Boogie Cousins is out there. Dwight Howard's out there. JaVale McGee out there. Toxic. How do you get back on this? Whew. Pacers are trading James Wiseman in cash to the Toronto Raptors. Wiseman's been out with an injury. Former Warrior. We wish him all the best. Just dude had so much promise, potential. His career has never panned out the way it would. Clippers are trading Kevin Porter Jr., the Milwaukee Bucks, for Marjan Beauchamp. So, folks, comment your thoughts. Are you happy with how the trade deadline ended? Are you happy with what this team did? Yes or no? Because now, this is what we got. This is what we got moving forward. Unless something comes in we don't know about, this is what we got. Would have loved to have Vooch. Didn't happen. Looney and Trayce Jackson-Davis talked about expanding their shooting game last offseason. It's not happened this season at all. We've seen nothing happen whatsoever around them doing anything of that nature. Ugh. Could have got KD. Didn't happen. He didn't want to be with us. So the question is, folks, again, if you're new here, what happens to the Warriors moving forward? The team is cooked in terms of salary cap. If you look, I need to go to this one. 1 second. All right, folks. So this is what, let me make it a little bit smaller. The Warriors are going to be kind of screwed moving forward. Look what Jimmy's getting: 54 million, 59 million Steph, 25 million. Warriors salary projected is 168 million next year. This doesn't include Jonathan Kuminga, who's a restricted free agent. Reportedly, he's getting, or he wants around $30 million. If that's true, put 30 million at 198. You're over the luxury tax, and you're over the second apron, $30 million, and you're $8 million below the second apron, and you still have to fill out your roster. You're losing GP2 apparently, potentially Looney, potentially. We just talked about Kuminga, and then you have 4 more spots on the roster. How are they going to be able to fill this out? The whole thing Joe Lacob talked about was getting below the luxury tax and not paying all those penalties. Also, with the new CBA, you lose draft picks, you can't make trades, other penalties, other issues. So that's a future problem for Mike Dunleavy Jr. to worry about. But right now, to me, it looks like Kuminga's gone. And we didn't trade him, so what are we getting back? Unless they're like, you know what? Let's go all in. We'll pay the taxes. We'll deal with the penalties. And we'll just do a full rebuild in 27 and beyond when Steph and Dre retire. And Jimmy's contract is up. Maybe that's what they're doing. It'll be interesting to hear Mike Dunleavy's press conference. And again, subscribe to Warriors Digest. We'll have it all for you. But you're going to be in a lot of issues because of this. Jonathan Kuminga, you didn't resign him. You didn't trade him. So now, does he walk for free? And that's another draft pick the Warriors wasted. Comment your thoughts. Nico, how did they get paid? Kuminga, just talked about it. We did not get Nikola. Warriors got to pay luxury tax now because they gave Jimmy Butler at 36 a crazy expensive contract. Dude got out of Miami and got paid exactly what he wanted. Isaac, Warriors have to sign a player. Who will it be? Great question. He may be relatively new to the stream. Welcome. Most likely going to be Quinten Post. Currently, he's on a 2-way contract. Sign him up to the main roster. He's been starting. Makes sense. We'll be playing a lot. So this has been a very stressful couple of weeks, month. Definitely past couple of days. We've been putting out a lot of videos on the channel for you. Let's take a look, folks. Who could we get on the buyout market? Can I say NBA free agents? So let's see who's a free agent. You got Thanos, Azubuike, Baji, Amir Bradley. Can we go by position? Let's go by position. Centers. Moses Brown, Sar, Williams. Yusufin. Hey, y'all. I think I was offline for a second. I think we're back. Apologize for the buffer issue. So who else can we get? Damian Jones? Maybe. Kai Jones? Tristan Thompson? Hey, he did well in the playoffs last year. If he's still out there, maybe. He got that championship pedigree. Obviously, the battles with Golden State. Not somebody bad. Same with JaVale McGee, knows the system. I will not be opposed to either, just depth at the center position. And their big bodies know how to battle, bring the energy. And then forwards, obviously not going to really help us. But maybe we need to sign people to fill out the roster. Danilo, good shooter. I would love him in the playoffs. He's doing well for Philly right now. So those are kind of what you got going on. Any final stuff that's coming out? Nope. We paid Jimmy so much and we did it better. MP Morris, I agree. Let's see if ESPN's broken up our depth chart yet. So this is your new depth chart, folks. Curry, Hield, Butler, Green, and Post. I assume Butler moves to shooting guard and Kuminga plays small forward. Hopefully. But you don't have much depth. Podziemski's played much better since he came back hurt. GP2, not the biggest offensive force, but good defensively. On-ball defender. Moody's playing a bit better. Santos, since he's got more light because of the injuries, obviously showing his worth. Brazilian international player. And Looney at center. Trayce Jackson-Davis has really been relegated because he's just he does decent defense, but he doesn't do much offensively besides lobs and layups. I'm not the biggest fan of our depth. Again, what are we going to do moving forward to build a team next year? I wonder if Randy No Warriors have the best bench in the league in the second. I do know we have a good bench because we play a lot of players. So the stats are going to be up because we play a bigger bench than most teams. But we have to because we don't have the starting capability. Curry can't play all the same minutes, nor can Draymond. They've been hurt. And if you go back to our season when we started, we were 12-3. The quality of the competition wasn't the best. But there isn't a lot of if I was an opposing team, I wouldn't be scared of our bench. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens moving forward. Patrick, I'm still a Golden State Warriors fan no matter what. I agree. We ride or die, baby. Through the good and through the bad. Warriors fans, we ride or die. Holloway, trade deadline is now over. It ended 15 minutes ago. Ended at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. So this is the team, folks. Again, it really comes down to who are we going to sign by tomorrow? Need to get 14 by 2020. It's going to be 2020, February 20th. Probably a couple 10-day deals, maybe bring Knox up. You have the buyout market, who gets bought out. Quinten Post probably becoming a full-time player. And this is your team. The good thing is we're well below the first tax apron now. We can't go over it because of our issues. But when you go to next year, we're going to be in a lot of issues because of the Jimmy Butler contract. Oh, that's the wrong one. 1 second. Because of the Jimmy Butler contract, it's going to very much affect us. A lot going on, folks. This is what we got. So it's going to come down to the buyout market, two-way players, and how quick can Jimmy Butler mold to this team. Let's check out Twitter. Anything Shams said? Nope. This guy, block. You ain't the real Shams. We're blocking you. Suns not moving Durant. We talked about Pacers. Warriors. Again, folks, if you would have guessed this was happening last week, it would have been wild. Let's see what 95.7. The Warriors are done making moves per source. Jimmy Butler is a lone deal acquisition. They generated 3 extra roster spots in the 4-for-1 deal. Post, two-way center currently starting. It's expected to be elevated into one of those vacancies, which makes sense to me. Hey, Poison, 3-year contract looked amazing at the start of the season. When he was on the historical 3-point make, people said, what a steal, all-star. Obviously, downward. Folks, trade deadline has come and gone. We did the same thing for free agency with Klay Thompson. This has been fun. I've enjoyed doing this. Obviously, Ben Rogers, if you've been around the channel, has been helping out while I've been busy with school and everything. So we're going to have to see what happens. We'll keep up to date on the Warriors Digest with news that's going on. Okay, who we sign, we'll do a breakdown, everything between. Please subscribe to Warriors Digest. Help. You can see I got all these different stuff. If you have any questions, put them in the chat. Let's just have a quick chat before we end it. I'm happy to answer any questions. I'm a sports reporter. I'm about to graduate from sports reporting school. This is my final month at Full Sail University's Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting. You can see I've got to do a lot of cool things here. Warriors fan, about to live the dream as a sports reporter every day. Jimmy's first game, I would assume is probably, that's a good question. Let's take a look at this really quickly. Wouldn't be surprised if it's Chicago. Oh, let me share my screen. It's not tonight against the Lakers. Potentially Chicago. Potentially Milwaukee. I'm going to assume Saturday, depending on his conditioning because he hasn't played. If not, Monday. There's no way they're going to wait till post All-Star break. So I'm going to assume it's Monday. They would love him for Dallas on ESPN. And then you have Houston back-to-back. I hope Saturday. My intuition is probably Monday. AKA, how could we get a new coach, Randy? It's a great question. The Warriors have way too much respect for Steve Kerr. They're not going to fire Steve Kerr midseason unless the team was like completely tanking and the whole locker room was gone. Not a Mike Brown situation. Mike Brown, great coach, NBA Coach of the Year. But obviously there was flaws because the Kings are doing much better under Doug Christie. But also Mike Brown didn't win that championship with the Kings. He won his championships as an assistant coach with the Warriors. Steve Kerr has 4 championships with the Warriors. And the relationship he has with the locker room, with the front office, they're not going to just fire him midseason. It's too much respect. So if at the end of the season they think they need a new direction, then you do that. But it's not happening midseason. If Post develops quick, it would be a solid ask skewed. But there's also a reason why Post started in the G League. Like, you're rushing him to the NBA because you have a need. He really can use more development. Could we add Mike Brown and how? I mean, you potentially could bring him on as assistant coach. I don't know what his buyout package with the Kings is. So a lot of coaches, when they get bought out and they get fired, there's clauses in their contract that says you can't join a new team, you don't get paid. Once you join a new team, you stop getting the money from us. So maybe he just wants to chill and earn free money, hang out with his family, and wait for the right opportunity. I have a feeling he probably doesn't want to be an assistant coach again. You've been coaching 4 years with the Kings, 3 years with the Kings, 1 coach of the year. He's probably looking to go back to be a head coach. Big Dog, Spoelstra, and Pop only close to Kerr. And notice, Pop was the USA national team coach. Kerr was his assistant. Kerr is a USA national team coach. And Spoel was his assistant with Tyronn Lue. So you can expect either Tyronn Lue or Eric Spoelstra to be the next head coach of the U.S. men's national team. Who do you think it is? Comment your thoughts. Cool, folks. I got some work I need to do on my side. So I think I'm going to end this stream. We just hit an hour. Thank you for being here in Warriors Digest with us on the trade deadline stream. Nothing crazy happened for the Warriors. We did not get Vooch. Your boy got fooled that he did by a parody account. Lesson learned. Appreciate you being here. Please subscribe to Warriors Digest. Help us grow the channel. We'll have videos breaking consistently, and we'll have recaps on everything going on. And we've had videos coming out. So you want your Warriors news? We're the spot. NBA news, we're the spot. Appreciate you all. I hope you have a great day. Be a lookout for a video recap coming out later today.